What's up, guys? It's Luke here, checking in for another Sunday update. So if this is the first Sunday update you're watching, this is where I break down how I spent my time this week, how I spent my money this week. Those are the two main things that I really want to keep tabs on as I go through this process and just see how I grow. So let's break down how I spent my time this week. Last week, I outlined for you guys the 4 goals that I'm really keeping tabs on and that I want to dedicate my time to. And those are being consistent in growing this channel, increasing my income, time into learning my side hustle, which I told you guys is learning how to code and develop apps, and time into my health and fitness. So last week, I determined that I spent about 14 hours on those goals. Time into the channel was 7 hours, time increasing my income, that was an hour and a half, and time dedicated to my health and fitness was 6.5 hours. So a total of 14 hours. I determined that with work, my commute, sleeping 8 hours a night, I had about 70 hours of time outside of those things. So I determined that I was only utilizing about 20% of my time. Now, obviously, there are a lot of other restraints on my time. There's cooking meals, there's, getting dressed, showering, things like that. But nonetheless, I set a pretty lofty goal for myself this past week. I decided that I wanted to dedicate 30 hours of my week to those 4 goals. Now, the bad news is I came nowhere close to that. But the good news is I did better than I did last week. It's a progress over perfection kind of mindset up here. So this week I dedicated about 8 hours to the channel. I believe my goal for that was to get it down to 5 hours. So we actually went in the wrong direction a little bit, but we're working on that. I dedicated about 3.5 hours to increasing my income, which was only half of my 7-hour goal. But at the same time, it was more than double last week at an hour and a half. I still have not put any time into my side hustle. That's a major goal for this week. I need to at least be doing something there, or that's never going to grow. And then time into my health and fitness this week was only about 4 hours. I kind of scaled it back. I was feeling really worn out, tired, sore, so I decided to listen to my body, take a couple off days where I wasn't planning on it. But I'm okay with that. You'll probably see that go back up to 5 to 6.5 hours next week. So goals for this week, I do want to cut the time into the channel down a little bit. Time into increasing my income, I'm going to keep that at 7 hours. It would be double from last week, and I'm finding that it's not as easy to get myself motivated for that as I would like, but that's got to be a major goal. Time into my side hustle, I'm going to leave that goal the same as last week as well. We're saying 3.5 hours. I really want to get the ball rolling on that. And time into my health and fitness. I went to the gym 4 days last week. The goal was 6, minimum 5 days this week. So in terms of my money breakdown this week, I'm switching up how I do it a little bit. Last week, I was trying to judge based on how many hours I worked and what I thought they would take out for taxes and what I spent, how much I thought I spent of what I made throughout the week. I didn't actually have a set number or a paycheck to go off of. But what I'm going to be doing from now on is taking my last paycheck because it's a set number and it's guaranteed money that I already have. And I'm going to be checking my spending each week, and the percentages will be against that until I get another paycheck. So this week on essentials, things like gas and groceries, I spent $73.54, which was just over 10% of my last paycheck. Subscriptions were just $1. I gifted somebody a gift card this week, $25. That was 3.5% of my last paycheck, and $26.29 on my goals, so about 4% of my last paycheck on that. In total, over the last 2 weeks, I spent $302.97, and that turned out to be about 42% of my last paycheck. So I feel like there's some room for improvement there. 42% of my paycheck seems like a lot considering I don't have all that many set expenses. But again, I'm not making all that much, and that's on me. But guys, that's all I got for you this week. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the bell notification so that you get notified when I post. You can follow along with my weekly updates, the Guinea Pig Project, Mindset Mondays, all of the things that I'm posting on a regular basis. And have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you later.